In this video, we are determining if two quantities are proportional using a graph. That is, we're going to see if they're proportional visually. So, determine whether a relationship between the two quantities shown as in each table is proportional by graphing on the coordinate plane. There's got a coordinate plane. Explain your reasoning. So the first thing I want to notice is that in my table here, I have weeks, which match up with what's on the x-axis. And I have an account balance. That's this information. That's what matches up here. So I can see from the beginning that this is my x value. And the account balance is my y values. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to plot these points. So this right here is going to be the plot 1, 125. And so 1, 125. So there's the first point. 2, 150 is my second point. And 3, 175 is my third point. So the first thing I'm going to do is plot the data. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a line connecting the points, if I can. So when you do this, you always want to use a straight edge. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my pen on one point, and I'm going to bring my straight edge up to there and see if I can line up the points. And these look like they line up. I'll draw a line that goes through the points. Notice I drew the line so it goes all the way back through the y-axis. So here's my 3 points. I drew a line that goes back to the y-axis. Now that I've drawn the line, I can see whether or not it's proportional. So if it is proportional, there's two things that have to be true. One is it has to be straight. You know, that looks like a straight line. And then also the line has to go through the origin. It has to go through 0, 0. Well, clearly there's 0, 0. It doesn't go through 0, 0. So this relationship is not proportional. So I could write the relationship between the number of weeks and the account balance I'm going to run a room there, is not proportional because the line does not go through the origin. Abbreviated for through there. So it does not go through the origin. It does not go through 0, 0. And just to tie it in with what we did recently, I'm going to also double check it by setting up the ratio and testing it. So in this case, I'll do my dollars. I'm going to write in words first. Dollars over the number of weeks. And so my first one, I had $125 for 1 week, and $150 for 2 weeks, and $175 for 3 weeks. And if I simplify these, the first one is 125, the second one is 75. Well, that's enough to answer the question. And the third one is going to be about $55. But the point here is that these are not constant, just like we did in the previous lesson. So we showed it here that it's also not constant because this is not a constant ratio. So to wrap it up, plot the points, draw a line, and in order for it to be proportional, it has to be straight. This is straight, but it also has to go through the origin. This doesn't go through the origin, so this relationship between weeks and balance is not proportional.